Chosen one, before you move, before you let your hand drift away and turn towards something else, I am asking you to stay, just for a little while longer. Something is happening in the unseen right now, something quiet and enormous, and heaven has placed a warning in front of you tonight. Not a warning meant to frighten you, a warning meant to keep you. Archangel Michael is standing close, his sword lowered, his wings spread wide, and he is guarding something that belongs to you. You may not feel it yet. The room around you may look the same as it did an hour ago. The walls have not moved. The hour on the clock has not changed in any way you can see. But there is a reason your eyes landed here, in this exact moment, when you were tired and almost ready to walk away. The Father does not waste moments. He arranges them. He gathers them up like a craftsman gathering threads, and he weaves them into something you cannot yet see the shape of. And he arranged this one so that you would hear what is about to be said before the doorway closes. I want you to understand how rare this is. You could have looked away 1,000 times tonight. You could have let the tiredness win, the way you have let it win on so many other nights. But something held your attention here, in this stillness, and that something has a name, and that name has been watching over you longer than you have known you needed watching over. So breathe. Let your shoulders come down a little. You are exactly where heaven wanted you to be when it began to speak. This is not a small accident. This is an appointment, and you have kept it. I see you, chosen one. I see the version of you that no one else sees, the one who smiles through the day and then goes quiet when the lights go out, the one who has learned to carry heavy things without complaining, who has stopped expecting anyone to notice. You have grown so used to almost rescued, almost answered, almost held. And tonight, something in your chest is whispering that maybe this is just another almost, that maybe you should leave before you are disappointed again. That whisper is the very thing the warning is about. Archangel Michael is not guarding you from a danger out there in the world. He is guarding you from the quiet temptation to give up 2 minutes too soon. He has seen how many times you came close to your breakthrough and turned back because the waiting hurt more than you could say. He is here tonight to stand between you and that old habit of leaving early, the habit that has cost you more than you will ever know. So before we go any further, I want to invite you to do one small sacred thing if you are still here. If your heart is still listening, type the word "stay" in the comments. Not for me, for your own soul to hear itself say it. Sometimes the act of writing one true word is the way a tired heart remembers it is still capable of hope. Let that be your first small act of faith tonight. I know how much you have hidden from the people around you, the fear you smile through, the exhaustion you explain away with the words, "I am fine." You have become an expert at appearing fine while quietly breaking inside, and the cost of that has been loneliness, a loneliness so familiar you stopped naming it. But heaven was never fooled by the brave face. The Father has watched you in the rooms where you let the mask fall, where you finally let yourself feel the weight, and he did not turn away. He drew nearer. He has always loved the real you more than the performance. He is not waiting for the polished you, the recovered you, the one who finally has it together. He is speaking right now to the one behind the mask, the one who is tired and unsure, and he is calling that one beloved. There is a reason this season has felt so long. There is a reason the breakthrough has seemed to hover just beyond your reach, close enough to ache for, far enough to doubt. I know it has made you wonder whether you did something wrong, whether God grew quiet because you failed, whether the silence you have been living inside was a verdict passed against you. Let me tell you the truth, that heaven once pressed into your heart tonight. The delay was never punishment. The delay was protection. Think of how a mother holds back her child at the edge of a busy street, her arm across his chest, her grip firm, not because she is angry, but because she sees what he cannot. The car he never noticed. The danger hidden in the rush. That arm across your chest this past season was not rejection. It was love refusing to let you walk into something that would have broken you. There were doors you wept over that the Father closed with his own hand because he could see the storm waiting on the other side. And there were people you grieved losing, connections that slipped away no matter how tightly you held them. You blamed yourself. You replayed the words you wish you had said, the moments you wish you had handled differently. But some of those losses were rescues you did not recognize. Heaven was not taking from you. Heaven was clearing the ground. You cannot build a sanctuary on land still cluttered with the ruins of what was never meant to stay. I know there were nights you begged for those doors to stay open. You did not understand why the very things you wanted most were the things slipping through your fingers. It felt cruel. It felt like being singled out for loss. But a wise gardener does not leave every branch on the tree. He cuts away even the living ones that would steal strength from the fruit still to come. What looked like loss was a pruning, and the one holding the blade loves the tree too much to let it waste its life on what would never ripen. So the Father cleared it, quietly, faithfully. While you slept and while you wept, he was preparing a place. Every tear you cried in the dark was being counted and kept, not wasted, not ignored. There is not a single night of your sorrow that escaped his notice. And all the while, behind the silence that felt so much like absence, he was building. He was laying the foundation of something your eyes have not yet been allowed to see. Perhaps you have begun to believe that the long wait was proof you were overlooked, that everyone else seemed to receive their answer while yours stayed sealed. But the longest waits in heaven are not given to the forgotten. They are given to the ones being prepared for something larger, something that needed more time to take shape. A small gift can be handed over in a moment. The greater the thing being formed, the longer the forming takes. You were never behind. You were being made ready. And while you waited, you grew in ways you could not measure. The patience you did not think you had was being forged in you. The compassion you now carry for others who are hurting was born in the very nights you thought were wasted. Nothing about your waiting was empty. The Father was not only preparing a gift for you, he was preparing you for the gift, so that when it arrives, it will not crush you, but complete you. The vessel had to be made strong enough to hold what is coming. That is why Archangel Michael stands at the threshold tonight. He is not there to block you. He is there to keep the way open until you are ready to walk through it. And the reason the warning carries such urgency is simple. The enemy of your soul knows what you do not. He knows how close you are. He has always known. That is why the last stretch of any journey feels the heaviest, why the night grows darkest right before the dawn breaks open. The thing trying to make you leave is not tiredness, it is timing. It knows that if it can convince you to walk away in this exact window, you will miss the very thing you have been praying for across all these long months. So it whispers that nothing is changing. It whispers that you are foolish to hope again. It dresses despair up as wisdom and calls it being realistic. But realism that steals your future is not wisdom. It is a thief wearing a calm voice. And tonight, heaven is naming the thief out loud so that you can see it for what it is and refuse to follow it out the door. Hear me, chosen one. What is coming toward you is not a small thing. The Father is not preparing a crumb to keep you quiet. He is preparing a feast. The very area of your life where you have known the most disappointment is the exact area he has marked for the loudest miracle. He works that way on purpose. He restores precisely where the wound was deepest, so that when the blessing comes, no one can mistake it for luck. They will know it was him. You will know it was him. I want you to feel what is gathering in the unseen right now. Provision moving toward the place of your lack. A door swinging open in the very wall you thought was solid stone. A name being spoken in rooms you have never entered by people who are about to become part of your story. Healing flowing into the body you had quietly given up on. Reconciliation softening a heart that had grown cold. The Father has been writing this chapter while you were too exhausted to read. Do not let the size of what is coming frighten you into thinking it cannot be for you. Heaven does not ration its kindness based on how little you expect. The Father is not embarrassed to be generous with you. He is not waiting for you to prove you can handle a small mercy before he trusts you with a large one. The very extravagance of what is moving toward you is part of the message. It is meant to tell you, beyond any argument, exactly how he feels about you, and the blessing will not arrive the way you scripted it in your mind. You have been watching one door so intently, certain that is where the answer must come, that you have nearly missed the movement happening at the edges of your sight. Heaven rarely answers in the expected shape. The provision may wear an unfamiliar face. The open door may stand in a wall you never thought to look at. So keep your heart wide tonight. Do not be so fixed on the form you imagined that you fail to recognize the gift when it knocks in a way you did not plan for. And it is closer than you dare to believe. You have been measuring the distance by how tired you feel, but tiredness is a poor measure of nearness. Often the soul grows weariest right at the edge of arrival, because the whole weight of the journey settles in just before the destination. What feels like the end of your strength is very often the doorstep of your deliverance. So do not read your exhaustion as a sign that nothing is coming. Read it as a sign that you have traveled far and the gate is near. There will come a morning, and it may be sooner than you think, when you look back on this exact night and understand why you could not see what was so close. You will remember the heaviness, the doubt, the temptation to walk away, and you will be so grateful that you stayed. You will see that the breakthrough was already in motion while you were still pleading for it. And you will know that the waiting, as long as it was, ended not a moment late, but exactly on time. And there is something tender he wants you to know about the timing of it all. The miracle was always set for a moment, an exact moment, chosen before you were born, not when you finally earn it, not when you finally get everything right. The grace of heaven does not run on your performance, it runs on the faithfulness of the one who promised. So the warning is not, do better or you will lose it. The warning is, do not walk away from a gift that is already on its way to your hands. You have spent so long believing you had to be worthy enough to deserve good things. You measured yourself against an impossible standard and found yourself wanting, and then you assumed heaven measured you the same way. But heaven does not. The love that is moving toward you was never a wage you had to earn. It is a gift, freely given, set in motion by a Father who decided to be good to you long before you ever tried to be good enough. Let that undo something in you tonight. Let it loosen the grip of every lie that told you the blessing was only for people better than you. There is no one ahead of you in line. There is no version of you that heaven was waiting to become before it would move. The you that is sitting here right now, weary and unsure, doubting and hoping at the same time, is the exact one the miracle was prepared for. Not a future, polished version. This one, the one who almost left and chose to stay. Heaven did not write your story for someone you have to become. It wrote it for who you already are. Now hear the voice of heaven speak it plainly. I have not forgotten you, my child. I have counted every tear and kept every one. What I have prepared for you is greater than what was taken from you. Stay close, just a little longer. Let those words land somewhere deep, in the place that has been waiting a long time to hear them, the place that stopped believing anyone was still speaking your name. But I would be failing you if I did not name the obstacle, because every miracle meets resistance at the threshold. The thing most likely to block what is coming is not the enemy out there. It is the agreement you have quietly made with disappointment. Somewhere along this hard road, to protect yourself from being let down again, you decided to expect less. You lowered the ceiling of your own hope. You told yourself it was safer not to want too much. And that quiet surrender, gentle as it seems, is the one door the blessing cannot push through. Because hope is the hand that receives. When you fold that hand and tuck it away, you are not protecting yourself. You are closing the very channel the gift was traveling toward. The Father will not force a blessing into a heart that has bolted its doors. He honors you too much for that. He waits, patient and tender, for you to open just a crack, and that is all he needs. Not certainty, not a perfect faith, just a small crack of willingness where the light can slip in. I know why you bolted those doors. I know that every time you let yourself hope, the fall hurt worse than if you had never hoped at all. So you taught yourself to stop reaching, the way a person stops resting weight on an injured leg. It was not weakness. It was survival. But the season that required that guarding is ending now, and the very thing that kept you safe in the storm will keep you out of the harvest if you carry it one step further. What protected you then will rob you now. It is time to set it down. And there is a second obstacle, quieter than the first, and it is the voice that says, you should have done more by now. The voice that compares your timeline to others and pronounces you behind. That voice is not from heaven. The Father is not standing over you with a list of your failures. He is standing in front of you with open arms. Whatever you did not do, whatever you fear you wasted, whatever years you grieve as lost, none of it has the power to cancel what he has prepared. His goodness was never a reward for your speed. Lay that voice down too. There is one more lie crouched at this threshold, and it is the oldest of them all. It is the lie that says you are too much trouble to be loved this carefully, that somewhere in your past you crossed a line that put you beyond the reach of this kind of tenderness. Hear this, and let it settle the matter once and for all. There is no corner of your story so dark that the love of the Father cannot find you there. He is not keeping his distance because of what you carry. He is coming closer because of it. The wounded are not too far gone for heaven. They are the very ones heaven runs toward. So tonight, in the privacy of wherever you are sitting, I am asking you to unmake that old agreement, to gently take back the permission you gave despair to lower your expectations. You do not have to know how. You do not have to feel brave. You only have to be willing. Whisper it if you must. I am willing to hope again. I am willing to receive. The smallest yes is enough to move heaven. And now, let the noise of this long fight grow quiet for a moment. Let your shoulders come down from where they have been braced. Let your breath slow. You have carried this for so long, and you do not have to carry it for the next few seconds. Just here, just now, let it rest in hands far stronger than yours. There is nothing you need to fix in this moment. There is nothing you need to prove. You are allowed, just for these few breaths, to simply be held. Notice how the room has not changed, and yet something inside you has. The same air, the same quiet, and a heart that is a little softer than it was when this began. That softening is the work of heaven. It is the first sign that the ground of your soul is being made ready to receive. Stay in this gentleness a moment longer, and let it teach your body what your spirit has been longing to know, that you are safe, that you are seen, that you are held. Let the weight fall, the weight of proving you were worth it, the weight of holding everything together alone, the weight of every almost that taught you not to hope, the weight of the words spoken over you that were never true. Let it all slide from your shoulders and onto the ground, and leave it there, because it was never yours to carry to the end. It was never meant to live on your back forever. Let it fall, and feel how much lighter the next breath becomes. And now hear who you are, spoken not as flattery but as truth. You are not forgotten. You are remembered by name in the courts of heaven. You are not too late. You are arriving exactly on time, at the threshold of the very thing you have prayed for. You are not abandoned. You are guarded, watched over by one of the mightiest of the angels, who has not left his post for a single moment. You are chosen. You were chosen before the foundation of the world, and that choosing has never once wavered. You are loved with a love that does not flinch, does not tire, and does not let go. This is not a name you have to earn, and it is not a name anyone can take from you. People may have spoken other names over you: failure, forgotten, not enough, too late, but those were never your true name. They were the storm trying to drown out the voice of the one who knew you first. Tonight, the storm is being silenced, and the truest voice in the universe is speaking the name that was yours before you drew your first breath. Beloved, chosen, his. Let that name be the one you carry out of this moment and into everything that comes next. So stay. Stay through the last 2 minutes that the enemy begged you to abandon. The miracle is not behind you. It is in front of you, close enough now that heaven is holding its breath. If this message found you tonight, let your last word be one of faith. Type the word Amen or the word Yes as a declaration that you will not walk away from what is yours. The Father sees you. Archangel Michael guards you. The miracle is on its way, set for its appointed moment, and you are still here to receive it. You stayed. You did not walk away. And that one choice, small as it felt, is the choice heaven was waiting for. Rest now in that promise, and let it be the ground you stand on through whatever comes. And so it is. Amen. It is sealed.